Hello everyone, I would like to welcome you all to our webinar. I'm your host for today and my name is Abdul Aziz Sheikh, a Senior BI Consultant at Vista Solution Inc. And today we'll see how Microsoft Power BI can help us in excelling our business decisions with one of our implementation examples and experiences. So, before we begin, let's have a small description about us. We at Vista Solutions have worldwide offices. We are basically headquartered in Atlanta, USA. We have a strong and consistent growth record. The business applications that we support are ERP, BI and Analytics, BPM, and Big Data. The enterprise services that we support are consulting, implementation, customization, maintenance, and support. The industry verticals which we support so far is manufacturing, wholesale and distribution, telecom, and auto parts. In today's webinar, we are going to cover in terms of Power BI, we are going to see the screens and tools. We'll get familiarized with the Power BI screens, and then we will see how to connect to our data source, and also how we can connect to multiple data sources as well. We'll also try creating a visualization, how we can create a visual in Power BI. We'll also discuss about one of our case studies, the implementation that we have done for one of our customers. And once it's done, then we'll see how we have to publish it on the cloud. And on later, we can also see that how you can going to create a dashboards. And at the end, we're going to have your question and answer sessions. Now moving towards to Power BI, Power BI is basically a suite of business analytical tools to analyze data and share insights. It helps you monitor your business and get answers quickly with rich dashboards available on every device. So basically it's a self-service BI which is available on every device. Like I can build my reports on my desktop machine, and it's available on cloud as well, so that you can access it from everywhere, and also it can be seen on your mobile and tablet device. Moving towards the architecture of Power BI, basically Power BI comes into two versions. The one is the Power BI desktop and the other is the Power BI online service. So when I say about the desktop service, a developer or a person, whoever who wants to develop a report, is going to install a Power BI desktop on his machine. We usually build reports and do all the visualization stuff on the desktop, and once it's done, we publish it onto the Power BI online service, which is an app. It's also called as a Microsoft Cloud. So on that, our reports are published. Once the report is published, it's not a static thing. We can keep it dynamic. There is a continuous scheduled data refresh that happens, so that can be taken care through a Power BI gateway. Looking at the data source from which the Power BI is connected, so there are two types of data source that is available. One is the on-premise data source and the another one is the cloud data source. On the on-premise data source, you can have data warehouse, you can have ERP, you can have CRM. I mean, every month there is some new data source which is being added. I mean, I'm going to show you on a demo that which all data sources which are available, right from big data to Excel file. You can connect to any of the data sources available commonly these days. Okay, also from the cloud data source, you can get data from any cloud as well. Do your customization, make your visuals, and publish the report. So, without wasting more time, let's move to one of the best part of this webinar. Yes, here we start with the demo. So if I see, okay, let me remove this first. Okay, so if we see over here, this is the basic a desktop screen of your Power BI. Whenever we install Power BI, we would be able to see the basic screen like here. Let's get familiarized with the screen. Over here, these are the tools which are available at the top, and we basically have three screens. Uh, the first screen is the reporting screen. So the blank space that you see over here, I would be able to visualize my data. The visuals would going to appear on this screen. Okay, and the other screen is the data screen. Over here, I would be able to see all my tables, data, whichever I have populated from my data source. And the next screen is my relational screen. Over here, I am able to see all my tables, which I have imported from my data source. So like clustering, cooking, these all are my tables, and these are my fields which are present inside that. So say for example, I wanted to create any relationship between these two tables. I can simply drag and you see, I mean, I can simply drag and drop it here, so there would be a relation which would be created between the two. So this is how these screens which can be seen and the relationship can be built. So basically what the flow, how it goes is we connect to a data source, then build the relationships among the table, and once that is done, we verify our data on the table, and then we start building our reports. So let's see how we usually get connected to the data source. Okay, so at the top, if you see, okay, before that, let's see the other tools as well. Here is the visualization pan. Uh, Here I have got all the options which are available for creating a visual. And the next one field that I see here is the tables which are available for me for creating my visuals. If I further drill down this table, I would be able to see all the fields available under that. So we'll surely create a visual with the help of all these tools. Okay, so let's, before that, we'll see how we can get connected to our data source. So I'll click on get data. So yes, so these are the options which are available for me for getting connected to a data source. Right from here, I have an Excel, and if I wanted to connect to a SQL Server database, I can select this. With the Oracle database, MySQL, PostgreSQL database, even it contains the Microsoft Azure and Dynamics, Salesforce, even you can connect to Analytics. I mean, you can simply see all these tools which are available. We can connect to an HDFS, Hadoop file system as well. So these are the list of options. It keeps updating every month. If any new update comes up, we can also connect to SAP HANA, Teradata. So say for example, I wanted to connect to a Postgres. Right now, I'm already connected to an Excel database, and suppose I wanted to connect to Postgres, I can simply select this, and I'll click on connect. I have to put the server IP, database name, and if I wanted to make any customized SQL query, I can simply write it over here, and once I click on OK, it will connect me to the database. It will ask for the authentication, and once that is done, I can simply select my tables, and that will start appearing over here. So this is how we connect to our data source. The best part about this Power BI, which I like, is about the data blending option. Just as I said, I was already connected to the Excel, but I can also have the option to connect to PostgreSQL. If in future I have a new data source into some other part like Oracle database or MySQL, I can simply come from here, I can select my data source, select the tables, and it will start appearing here. I can simply make a relation, and from here I can start creating my visuals. So let's see how we can create a visual. It's pretty much simple. in terms of self-service BIs, because in my personal opinion, I had seen many traditional BI tools where the time consumption is more. Compared to this Power BI and this self-service BI, it is very easier, very simple to understand. Okay, so suppose I am simply getting into the clustering table. I wanted to know the product names based on the cluster name. So if I'm confused at which visualization I should use, so what I'll do is I'll simply select cluster. So you can see here the Power BI itself decides on himself that which visual would be better for him. So I can select this. Now I'm not sure whether I wanted to use the measures or the columns. So I'll simply select that I wanted the cluster should be gauged on the product names. So I'll select product name as well. So you can see my visualization is ready. I mean, it's so simple, it's so easier. Within few minutes, without queries or anything, I have a visual set ready for me. Okay, so now if I wanted to see it in a different format, or I feel like the visualization is not what I wanted, I can simply select a different visual. So here is my different visual. Okay, I'll just make it larger so that it is more simpler for you. So here I can simply see and select that, okay, this person has got the product name for Bush is at cluster number 92 and the percentage is 5.4. So I can simply select my visuals. You can see how exactly the visuals are interactive, and we have made it, I mean, within few minutes. So now if I wanted to format this visual, I wanted things should look much better, then I have this option pan over here. I'll select this format. I'll go to title and I'll change the name. You can see it's been getting changed real-time basis. So I'll type as a custom visual. Oh, okay. I'll change the indentation, increase the font size. So here it is. So this is how my visual is ready for now. Okay, so any type of visuals, we simply have to be clear that what we needed in the system, we can go in that way, and then we would be able to create it. So this is how it's been created. Now let's see one of our case studies. I mean, since we are done that how we can create a visualization, let's see one of our case studies where we have implemented Power BI for one of our customers. So before we move to that, I would like to tell you that our customer was from the supply chain management industry. So we had implemented for them a complete report based solution where they would be able to get insights about their data, and they would be able to make proper decisions based on the visuals and based on the reports that we have provided. So these are the reports. If you can see it at the bottom, this all were available. So we started with the category management. Over here, under the category management, here basically they wanted to understand the sales, how it has been happened. So here they had three categories like furnitures, office supplies, and technology. So they wanted to understand how the categories has been performing into their industry. So at the same time, we had also created a visuals where they will come to know on a real-time basis that who all are their top products and who all are their top customers. So at any given point of time when they log in, they would be able to see their top products currently and who are their top customers. So even over here, which product is doing well, so we have sorted in a order so that they can simply understand. I mean, I can maximize this and I'm able to see that Canon is doing really well based on the other products. The best feature about over here is I can simply sort this on the basis of dates. So if I wanted to understand, I can simply slice and dice my data based on the date. So if this is the complete year basis data, if I am selecting on a quarter basis, so I can understand, I can see if I am clicking on quarter one, I will get the data gets changed, and if I go to quarter two, so you can see how the visuals are getting interactive. So that is the best part about this, that you can simply see data on a real-time basis, and once I click on this tool, then it will start changing and get you the data on the same. So this is, I can see on a quarter basis. I can also see on a month basis as well, that if I wanted to see on Feb, then how the sale was done on Feb, on June. So this is how we can see it. Also, if I wanted to see the category wise, I mean, these are the three buttons that we have provided. I simply wanted to see that only in the furniture section how the sale has performed. So I'll simply click on my furniture tab, and here it is. So you can see over here the top product has changed, and even the customer name has been changed. So it is a real time. These all visuals are interlinked with each other, and even over here the sales by category is being shown. That the product has changed, and the top product has also been changed. So I can see for the office supplies and technology. Okay, so this one was the first report for category management. Now we'll proceed to the next one, which was the order management, where they wanted to know how much was the purchases that was being made. So this is one of the visual which states about their purchases done based on the product wise, then the sale that has happened over the month wise, and also we have a drill down feature over here. If I wanted to go one level more down, I'll simply select this option, and I can see on a day level basis. I can also go drill up, so it's month wise, quarter wise, and year wise. So this is the good part what we have, that you can actually drill your data. You can go completely on that basis. This is the average lead time from suppliers. They wanted to know that what is the average lead time they are getting from their suppliers. So on a real-time basis, they actually get the figure that this much is the data which they are getting from the supplier. Also, in order to track their salesperson, this was the performance that was being done. So likewise, these are the salesperson along with their data, that what is the percent and what was the previous improvement that they have done so far. Moving to the sales management. Here, basically the client has a requirement where they wanted to, since their data was on spread, or they were having multiple presence in different countries, so they wanted to track all their data all at once. So we just provided them with this feature that if they are in Alaska, how much are their data, that how much furnitures are performing, office supplies are performing, and technology is doing. So based on the country wise, based on the selection, they can simply select the data here, and they were able to see all their records. If I remove the selection, this is the overall data based on all the location. So we have given them this flexibility that they can track all locations data at one place. So whether it's California, it's Georgia, see, I mean, you can able to see all on a state wise. Okay, at the same time, at this you can see the globe where the data can be matched. So even at this place, the data can be recorded. So this is really an interactive visual where the data can be completely seen. Okay, so that's how the sales management was being taken care for them. Then we move to the purchase management. The purchase management, just as we know, when we say about purchase, we have to track the suppliers based on the data. So we created the the best supplier who was giving the more profit margin, and then whoever is giving the less lead time. So that's how we tracked. We created the visuals from the base of the profit, how the supplier was there, who was giving the most profit, and then the lead time. Also, under this category wise, if we wanted to see that which category is giving more profit in terms of purchase, so we created this visual. And at the same time, you can see if I select any of the visual, the corresponding data is being reflected in the other visual as well. So I selected office supplies. So this was the profit, and I'm able to see that this supplier gave me this much of profit, and in office supply only that PKR GmbH supplier gave me more profit. At the same time, the purchases which were made based on the date, just to understand that on which date the day purchase was being made more. So we created this visual. It's very interesting. I mean, you can see it here. I'll play this visual. So you can see here how it goes, and you can see the data, how it gives up. So these are really good visuals. I mean, I like so far personally. I like such visuals where I can see my data and also understand the insights in that same. So that's we have for this visual. Okay, and once this was done, we had a okay, and also we had a requirement from requirement from our customer. They wanted to track that the sales which was being lost, uh, how exactly they are going to see the lost sales into the same. So we created this report for the lost sales. Okay, and over here it was shown by the location wise that which state is giving more loss, the accessories, and the same time we have the tabular format as well. So what we did was we created the product name hierarchy here, the dates. So if I wanted to understand that from this date range how much loss I have made, so based on the same, the records were getting updated on the other visuals. So I selected the date range, and I can actually see how the visuals are reacting to the same. Okay, and now if I wanted to see on a product wise basis that how the products were doing well, so I simply selected Canon, and you're able to see that this came under the technology section, and this was the total, and this was the percentage. So this is how, and this is the entry which was there, and the reason for the loss was the insufficient quantity. So that's how I can select from this place. I can slice my data and understand the complete insights. Also from this part I can see that by subcategory wise how exactly it performed. So if I select only accessories, so this is how it works. there were two entries where the Logitech Wireless and Microsoft came up. It was in the Colorado state, and it came under office supplies. Came back, I'll go to appliances. The same goes for the art. So that's how we created all these reports. I'm sure there would be more uh, based on your requirements as well, the client's requirement. So this is all about the visuals. I'm sure you will going to like this. And once it was done, then let's see how once our report is ready, then even we have created a visualization here. So say for example, I wanted to, since my reports are ready, I wanted to publish this onto the app, that is Microsoft Cloud. So we have an option called publish over here. So what we do is here is we simply click on this publish tab. It will ask me, do you want to save changes? I'll click on save, and it will ask for me the authentication. Basically, once you log in or once you create your login to Microsoft Cloud, it gives you with an authentication password. So you just have to type your password, click on sign in, and yes, since I already have the database, so it will going to publish on my Microsoft Cloud. Okay, so we have the file ready on our cloud now. So I'll click on got it. Let's so since the desktop part is done, let's see how our data appears on the cloud. That is the Power BI online service. So here, if I see, this is the traditional Power BI service screen. Okay, at the left, you would be able to see the dashboards, your reports, and the data sets that you have uploaded. The one which is there with the star is the one which has recently uploaded. So I'll select this, and here it is. I mean, you're able to see the same report on the Power BI app. So even just like desktop, you can use your report the same way you want it. Okay, I can simply go to the other reports. If I wanted to make any changes in the same, I can click it and make the changes. I can simply click on edit reports, and a same kind of panel will going to open the way it is open in the Power BI desktop. So that's how it will going to start, and I'm able to see all my reports. You can see also the new visual that we created is present over here. Okay, yes. So let's see how now I have my report ready on the Power BI screen, Power BI service. Now let's create a dashboard, and we'll attach our reports to the dashboard. So I'll go to the dashboard screen. You see this plus screen. I'll just click on this plus tab. I'll add my dashboard name, webinar dashboard. I'll click on enter. So my dashboard is ready. Now um, I'll have to attach my reports to the dashboards. So what I'll do is I'll simply go to my report. Oh, this is the data set. I'll click on my report. I'll select any of the dashboard. Say for example, I want to pin this visual to the dashboard. I'll select this icon. I'll select my dashboard which is available. click on pin. So if I go back to my dashboard here, so you can see there is one report that has already come up. With the visual, I'm able to see my report over here. So I'll click on this and I'm back to my reports. Okay, so this is what you all guys can do. You can create a dashboard, and the reports that we have generated has been seen on your dashboard as well. Okay, there is few more features that you can do. Let's see how you can refresh your data. I mean, in the architecture, I had seen that I had told you guys that we can refresh our data. So we can go to settings. I'll go to dataset, and from here you will have the option to refresh your database. So basically we schedule the dataset from here. You can do the same. Okay, so let's see one of the interesting feature, because till now I haven't seen this feature in another uh, self-service BI. This is called as an ask a question about your data. That means this is one of the really nice feature I like about this tool, that you have the data ready with you, but you're not sure that where is the visual, and you wanted to understand your data more. So you can simply write your question, you can ask your question to your data, and then on a real-time basis you would able to see the answers. So let's see how exactly. So I wanted to know how the salesperson Aziz has performed. So I'll type simply Aziz sales management. Do you see this here? I just simply type my keywords and I'm able to see all the records that was being taken or that was being recorded by the salesperson Aziz. So that's how, I mean, this is one of the best feature that we have. We can simply type questions and we'll get the answer for the same. So moving back to the reports and dashboard. So this is what we have. And we also have a new feature. Okay, over here we also have a new feature for streaming data sets, where the data sets can be streamed on a real-time basis, but it's still under the beta phase. So once that would be live, we'll surely update you guys on the same. So guys, there is a lot more features, and every month it keeps on adding with some amazing updates from Microsoft. We'll surely keep you updated with our new experiences in the same. Okay. So this is what we have. Okay, also there's one more feature where I can refresh my reports. So it will start refreshing. I can simply click on refresh. So it will take a refresh from the my data source, and if I wanted to see it, I can also refresh my data set from this option. I can click on this and click on the refresh now option. So it will going to refresh all the data sets which are already present. Okay, now once I have everything ready with me, I have few customers. Let's take a scenario where I have few users where who wanted to access this report, but they don't have the login. So what I can do is I can simply share my database with them, and even they would be able to access this report. So I'll go to view content pack. We have to click on create content pack. Okay, and here I can either select my entire organization or a specific group. So if I'm creating a specific group, then I can basically write the email ID with whom I can share my data. So I'll put up my email ID here if I want any title to be given. So I can write report, and the description would be test. Okay. Okay, so over here I can also give access to which all data sets, which all reports I need to publish. So I'll click on webinar dashboard. This will by default take me to the reports which are already connected with it. I'll click on publish. I'll click on cancel. Okay, so now it's been published. I can see. So that's how you can actually share your data. You will receive an email. The people who have already shared the report, they will going to receive an email from Power BI, and with the link, they can simply go to the link, click on it. They will have the access, and even they would be able to see only this dashboard which you have shared with them, with all the reports included in the same. Okay, so this was about sharing your report. Now let's see how we can print the report. You can also publish it to the web, and if you need it, you can also download the report into your PBX copy. So if I click on save as, I would be able to save the report or changes which I have made here. If I'm clicking on the print, so it will give me this option. You can see over here I have, this is the preview that will going to show me this option. So right now it will be going to save as a PDF. If I wanted to change, I can also change it to other options, like we do have an option for, okay, so yes, here it is. So we do have an option to export our complete report into the PowerPoint. So I can simply select export to PowerPoint preview. So it will going to process for some time, and then you will able to see the same report into the PowerPoint. So you can present this report to your management and show them that how exactly it's going to look in your PowerPoint. So till that time, till the time the it gets exported into PowerPoint, let's see the other options. You can simply from here you can see, okay, I got the option, so I'll click on save. It's getting downloaded. Okay, so let's see how our report looks like in PowerPoint. It's getting started. So here it is, guys. You can see I have a complete thing ready for me, where the report name, you simply have to see it. This is my report 1, where it's giving me the image. Report 2, report 3, all my reports are completely visible over here. So that's how we can export it. We can save it as an PDF. So it gives us this much of flexibility. There's no need to take a screenshot, get it in a report. Everything is completely handy. It gives you all this feature. It's much advanced, and we are expecting few more advanced features coming this month. Okay, so So that's all for today. Let me summarize it before we start our question and answer session. We started with the Power BI screen. The Power BI is completely into two services. The one is the Power BI service, which is a cloud-based service, and the other one is the Power BI desktop. Uh, it gets schedule refresh through a Power BI gateway. We can connect to multiple data sources. We went to the Power BI desktop, uh, tried creating a visual with the data which we have already. Also, we saw a case study where we saw how the data are interlinked, how we can filter our data. Okay, and once that was done, once we are ready with our data, we also saw that how we can publish our reports to the Power BI app, that is the cloud service. Later we went to the cloud, we logged into our cloud system, we saw the same report, we created a dashboard, linked our reports to the dashboard. We also saw how we can ask questions to our data, get outputs for the same. Also, how we can share our reports, how we can save and download the reports, how we can get it converted to particular file format. So that's all for now, guys. Let's start with our Q&A session. Oh, that's good. I mean, we got few questions. You can type your questions into the chat box. We will answer it for sure. Okay, guys, we have few questions with us right now. I'll go with them one by one. The first question that we have is, I have a data residing in different source system. How do I bring them to Power BI? For this, well, I would say, just as I told, the Power BI has the flexibility to connect to multiple data sources. So yes, we can do it. We can simply, okay, I'll go back to the desktop. I can simply go to the data source, and from here, even if I'm connected to one data source, I can simply select my data source from here. I can put up my credentials, and once I'm connected, I'll have multiple data sources under my relationship screens. I can basically make the relationships if needed, and I can start visualization. Thank you for that question. The next question that we have is, how do I share Power BI report with my team members? Uh, yes, just as I said, we have the option. Okay, let me see. I can go. I can go to the Power BI screen from the settings, the way we created the content pack. From there, I can share my screen. So I can share my reports, and the mail would be gone for the same. So that's how you can share your screen. That was a good question. The next question that we have is, okay, let me read it. How often does the data gets refreshed in Power BI reports? I would say that we can schedule our data refresh ideally in our implementation that we had done for our customers. We usually schedule our refreshes during the night times or during the non-working hours. So we schedule the data refresh probably 3 to 4 times, but you do have 10 or more than that time where you can schedule your data refresh. So at that point of time, the data set would be refreshed and you would be able to see the updated data on your visualization. Okay, we do have one more question where it's been asked that would you guys can implement Power BI for transportation industry? Uh, yes, we can. We would love to work for the transportation domain as well. Just get back to us. You can drop an email at sales@vistasolution.com and we'll surely help you out. Next question. Next question we have is there a way to implement custom scripts and make it interactive instead of using inbuilt visualization tool provided by Power BI? Yes, we do have a feature where you can make your custom scripts uh, uh, that you can, usually the developers do it. So we do have an option for custom visualization. I mean, if we go over here, there is an option. You can create your custom visual. Okay, just let me show you. I can click on this and here is my option that you have to create a custom visual and then you can click on this import. So you can create your own custom visual and it will be added into this panel and you can use it. That's great. The next question that we have is how can I get critical questions answered for my business, like who are my key customers? Basically for this, we have already created a visual based on your requirement. We can simply tweak the same that this all are the field this visual has been customized by the Vista. So what we can do is we can, instead of making just the way we have created top customers, we can also create a visual for the key customers. So every time once you go to the report, at that time you would be able to see your key customers displayed over here. Next question. Guys, it's really good to see such a good audience and I love to answer all your questions now. I still have few more questions left, but due to time constraints, we'll have to stop this here. But I would appreciate if you can mail your questions and queries to us and we'll get back to you on the same. I really like your question, guys. Seriously, I wanted to answer you all, but since we are running out of time, so let's summarize it for the questions that you guys had it now. Uh, yes, data residing in different source system. We had the first question. So it is about yes, we can connect to multiple data sources. We can share our reports with different team members. Data can be refreshed on a periodic basis. We can implement for the transportation industry as well. We can also have custom visuals. We can create it and import it into the Power BI desktop version and use it for our reports. Okay, so there's more few more questions, but guys, I would really appreciate, just mail your questions and queries to us. We'll get back to you on the same. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening. If you have got any questions, any releases, you can also mail it to me on my personal email ID. You can reach out to me at aziz.shaikh@bistasolution.com. That is my personal ID at aziz.sheikh@bistasolution.com. I'm also reachable on my LinkedIn. That is Abdul Aziz Sheikh 18. That's my username after LinkedIn / Abdulaziz Sheikh 18. So once again, thank you for listening. We would surely like to hear from you all. Do send your queries or questions to us. We'll surely get back to you. Do visit our website and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates on Power BI. Thank you everyone, and once again, have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.